Howdy. My name's Mudbrain, and holy shit, there are so many flavors of soda. Have you ever stopped to really think about just how many there are? Even mainstream sodas like Coca-Cola have so many flavor variations that come and go throughout the years. You take a look at their expanded history, it looks like you're going through the Zelda timeline. Then you start going through other sodas owned by the Coca-Cola company, and you realize you don't even recognize 80% of them. Ever had a nice tall glass of Beat? Basically Mexican Mountain Dew, there's a chance. Or maybe you're more of an Ambassa fan, Japanese milk soda, because that's a thing there. Maybe it's good, I don't know, I've never heard of this until now. Why not wash it all down with a sip of Beverly, a non-alcoholic carbonated aperitif for the Italian market. Introduced in 1969 and discontinued in 2009, living longer than I expect to if I ever manage to get a sip of that Beverly. The flavor is said to be that of grapefruit rind, aka asshole-puckeringly bitter. You're supposed to drink it before a meal to aid in digestion, though I don't get it. I really don't. Appletizer looks fucking delicious, and I want some right now, but they're only available in up to, 20 plus countries that aren't America. Oh look, I found some on Amazon. A single 750 milliliter bottle, or 2.37 fluid ounces for you sophisticated folk, for a whopping $20 fucking dollars. Holy shit! Man, they look really good too. They're just fruit juice with some carbonated water, no sugar. That's my jam! Oh, I should probably mention, I don't even really like soda. I'm a seltzer guy. I like the carbonation and the flavor, but I can't stand how sweet most sodas are. Spindrifts are probably the closest thing to a soda I'll buy that isn't alcoholic, but if I could get these appetizers, I'd definitely pick them up every now and then. As a treat. A goblin treat for a goblin boy. Inca Cola. That sounds like something you'd see in an Egyptian-themed episode of a kids show. It's been around since 1935 in Peru, being created and named by somebody clearly not born in Peru. That aside, it's become a source of national pride for the people of Peru. I kinda like the name Peru. It rolls off the tongue nicely. Though, it's really not doing well elsewhere. It's flavored with a flower called lemon verbena, giving the soda a sweet and fruity taste, apparently close to bubblegum or cream soda. It also makes it look like piss. Can't forget about Mr. Pibb. I always thought this was one of those generic Dr. Pepper clones you'd see in a grocery store, but no. It's an official Dr. Pepper clone, owned by Coca-Cola. In fact, it wasn't always called Mr. Pibb. In the 70s, when it was introduced, it used to just be called straight up Peppo. Peppo the soda. Oh, Father, can I have a glass of Peppo with my sandwich? The original test marketing for the soda was even in Waco, Texas, the birthplace of the good doctor himself. That shit was so on the nose that Dr. Pepper sued their ass and forced them to come up with something new. Thus, Mr. Pibb was born. I've never had it, but apparently the recipe has changed numerous times. Now it's being marketed as Pibb Extra, a cinnamon-forward spicy cherry soda, and I don't think that's something I want. Please, get out of my house, Mr. Pibb. You're not welcome here. In India, they have a cola named Thumbs Up. No B, that's intentional. Nothing really to say about it, it's just a cola. But I like the name and the logo. Their slogan is Taste the Thunder, which is exactly what I say about my thumbs. Sprite has had a couple alternative flavors, but one that's still running is called Ice. Now, what could Sprite Ice be flavored with? Mint, perhaps? No, but as I'm typing this, I found that there is another flavor called Sprite Ice Mint, apparently, so I was kind of right there. Maybe blue raspberry. That could be pretty tasty. Wrong, it's pine sap. And I really want to try it. But then there's Coca-Cola itself. How many flavors would you wager there's been over the years? I'll give you a moment to think. Moment's over, fuck you, there's at least 25. The list I found looks incomplete and doesn't even include the newest atrocity pixel flavor. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means either. By all accounts, it tastes terrible. Something akin to cough medicine mixed with Red Bull. Going back to 2004, we had Coca-Cola C2, which wasn't quite a new flavor, but more like a diet soda. But it also wasn't really a diet soda because it wasn't 0 calories, only half as many, which means it still tasted like shit because it was using half corn syrup and half low-carb sweeteners. Since Coke Zero came out a year after and just had no sugar, C2 died away pretty fast. Coca-Cola Black, as in black coffee. Have you ever thought about adding soda to your morning cup of coffee? I haven't. I'm not sure any sane person has. But fuck it! Coca-Cola and coffee! Put the two together, sell it in France! The French will love it! Eventually, it spread to the Czech Republic and Slovakia, then a few months later into the Western world. 2 years later, it was discontinued. But that's not the end of Coke and coffee. In 2019, some madman in the Coca-Cola company hopped up on that company-provided Coke, must have spilled his 4th cup of coffee into his 7th cup of cola. Not wanting to waste company time or resources, he proceeds to chug the resulting brew, thinking to himself, hey, this tastes more brown than usual. Maybe we could sell it! And so 2 years were spent redeveloping the Coke and coffee formula, launching once more in European markets in 2021 as Coca-Cola with coffee. What a shitty name. They really just gave up on this one. Is it better than Coca-Cola Black? I don't know. They're both bad. Does it taste better? God, no. It's still Coke and coffee. Who the fuck would want to drink that? Coca-Cola Life is basically C2 all over again. But instead of half sugar and half artificial sweeteners, it's half sugar and half stevia. Needless to say, it didn't last long, being discontinued after 6 years, but that's still far better than C2. I threw this one on the list though because it sounded like a health potion in a Coke-themed video game. Has that ever happened? I know there was the Skittles game, Darkened Sky, that was a hell of a time. Take that concept, but instead of Skittles as the magic source, it's Coke. And all the different flavors are different spells. You got Coke Clear for invisibility, Life for healing, Cherry Fire Bombs, Black Shadow Spells, Diet Coke with Zesty Blood Orange for vampirism. There's more Cokes, but I think you get the point. There's a lot of soda. I didn't even get into Pepsi, let alone smaller soda companies that do niche flavors or the novelty sodas that float around the internet. Let me know what you think. I might go over those someday. For now, after all of this talk of soda, I need a beer. If you like this kind of content, then, insert generic YouTuber outro here. Like, subscribe, bell. Ugh. Alright, Sam, what to your grandmother? Have a nice day.